for weight loss surgery. I think that the weight loss surgery, yes, it will do its job for a honeymoon period. Now, everybody says, oh, there's not a honeymoon, or it doesn't exist, or you're just making this up, or, well, for me, it came true. I only had a 3-month honeymoon for my surgical weight loss tool to help me get out of a conundrum that I was in. And you can look back on my videos. I share my truth. I share my truth with the most transparent way that I can possibly show you. And then I have another channel that goes on my maintenance. After the first year of this channel, it transfers to reinventing my life. And that is my maintenance channel. That is the second half of this big picture. That's what I do daily, a lot of daily personal stories behind the weight loss, because there is a story behind the weight loss, isn't there? We all have a story behind the obesity, right? It's all different for each and every one of us. I'm going through a bad time right now, emotionally. So you'll have to bear with me. I'm showing my truth. I don't know if it's the weather, it's the sad, if it's hormonal, if it's, some of the emotional things that I'm dealing with. And then I have another problem in my building. We have a mold issue. Yeah, we have a mold issue. So I might have a medical thing going on that I don't know about. To make a long story short, I'll make another video on that one. But the thing about it is that we go through this weight loss differently. I may be different than you. I'm a different woman than you. I'm different emotionally. I handle my stress differently. I think differently. And I learn differently. And yeah, I've had some screw ups on this 7-year fight. That's what I call this. It's a fight. It's a fight every day. Sometimes it's so mentally exhausting. But you know what? I never want to go back to that person. This person. I will never go back there. I will never go back to that dark place in my life. Never. And I don't care what body hack I have to do. I don't care who judges me. I don't care what exercise I have to do. I don't care what body hack, what fasting, nothing. Because I have an unworking tool. I can't get a revision. I'm certainly not going to go back to here, right? I may be fighting this 10-pound fight, I'd rather do a 10-pound fight than an 80-pound fight, right? I won't go back there. I'll never get back to this person. I could never get back to her. Why? Well, because She no longer exists. That was 2004. I was 44 there, I think. But I'm going to be 59. So I've got a hormonal shitstorm going on. I'm postmenopause. I got emotional things that I got to deal with. I'm trying to reinvent my life, trying to go on another healthy way to figure my life out, what the next 10 years of my life is going to bring, right? I'm jobless. I have no job. I have no unemployment. My unemployment ran out. Luckily in 2017, 16, I had a little voice in my head said, pay off your bills, pay off this, pay off all your credit cards. Lucky I was in a financial place that I didn't totally sink financially because I had paid all that off. So thank the angels that were watching me. So yeah, I'm jobless, but hopefully I'm hopeful that at the end of the year of 2019 that we will be downsizing again. I will be minimalizing my stuff in this place that I'm living. We've lived here for the last 7.5 years. I'm going to declutter my clothes. I've been a clothes whore, yeah. I've held on to my size 18 fat clothes. It's all in boxes right behind me. Yeah, that's right. So I have to get rid of them. I don't think I'm ever going to go back to there, right? And maybe that's the last thing that's holding me back is in that storage room, my fat clothes, 3 boxes of size 18 clothes. I won't tell you what size I wear, but you can see I've showed some body shots. I'm not a movie star. I'm a middle-aged woman. This is about health now. This is about movement. This is about mental, emotional, keeping myself mentally stable, emotionally stable, keeping myself happy. Yes. So I don't have any medical insurance and I'm broke, but that's okay. That's okay. Because I know that when I'm ready, I'll go back to work. Right now, I'm not ready. I have a little social anxiety. I have a little PTSD from being laid off still. I'm working on some mental things. I really have spiraled into a depression this winter. Yeah, so I have to get out of that. My marriage has some things going on. I have some personal things going on in my direct core family. And the joy of my life is my new grandbaby. But he lives 3 states away, so. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you. That part, that's my update. That's my life update. But I wanted to go over this podcast, Dr. Jason Fung. I think you might find it interesting.
About today is really why intermittent fasting and low carbohydrate diets work, whereas the calorie counters, it just doesn't seem to work, right? And the problem with the calorie theory is that it's just wrong. And because we don't really understand obesity, that's why we can't cure it, right? So I'm sure many of you have seen this show. It's called The Biggest Loser. And it's on North America, it's in Australia, it's everywhere, right? And what people do is they're contestants that compete to lose weight. And they get put on a diet. It's a calorie-reduced diet. And they do a lot of exercise. And you've seen Jillian Michaels screaming at everybody, right? So it's a lot of exercise, and
So I did that, right? I did that for 3 years. That's what my bariatric surgeon told me. Mhm. Yeah. Eat less and exercise more. So my lowest was 147. It was a body hack. So I went from that to this to this. This was me in 2015. Gosh, I had to starve myself all kinds of ways to get to 147. Exercise for hours and hours and hours and hours. Eventually, you can't keep that up, right? The food beast comes back. If you read the Minnesota experiment by Ansel Keys, you know that doesn't work, right? Metabolically. But do you know how many bariatric surgeons told me? Because I didn't get to 130, that was my goal. They said, you're not doing it right. You need to eat less. You need to exercise more. Meanwhile, these big old fat doctors, men, they sat behind that desk, overweight, obese, looked like they had a lot of metabolic conditions going on. And I sat in front of them like this, throwing up every day, gastric juices coming back in my throat. I was ruminating. I was looking at food porn. I was hungry. I wanted to get to my goal. I had all these emotions, all these emotions. I was afraid. I was afraid that I was going to go back to this person. Right. I did everything that I could, every body hack to not go back to that person. Whatever I could think of, whatever I could dream up. I did what it took, but yet my body didn't want to stay there. So I'm in maintenance now. No matter what I do, I can't get back to that person who weighed 145 pounds back in 2004. That was 2004. I can't get back to her. I want to get back to her, and I can't. I can't because I'm 58 years old. Although, if I ever went to Mexico and I got a revision, possibly I would get another metabolic reset that would switch my set point down, revise from the lap band to a new surgical procedure. And it certainly wouldn't be the BSG because I have chronic acid reflux that has calmed down. My night cough has gone away, and I had to decrease my portions. And with intermittent fasting, seems to calm down the gut bacteria, calm down the inflammation, calm down the food beast, calm down the ghrelin, and has leveled my grazing down to an all-time low. Because when I got the inflammation in my body, when I got lymphedema, set off all these cytokines inflammation. It created a gut dysbiosis. I got an autoimmune disease. I got IBS. I got inflammation, systemic inflammation, and I got hungry. I got hungry, and I gained some weight. And I could not stop it because it was inflammation. So 2018 was a restorative gut procedures that I had to learn how to do myself. Yes, I had to heal my own body myself because I went to a doctor in 2016. She couldn't give me any answers. She kept me on this medical merry-go-round, wasting money, put me on toxic drugs. And then I lost my job in 2017. So anyway, I'm on the way back. I'm sorting things out myself. I'm going down the rabbit's hole. I'm researching things for myself because what? I know my body better than any medical doctors. And they are obligated by their medical license to write out prescriptions, read from the textbook, and formulate their own ideology about their own medical dogma. And I don't participate in that. I've worked in the healthcare system for over 25 years. And I don't want to get on that medical train. No way. And I witnessed it through my mother's medical illness. I seen it with my eyes. And believe me, I don't want to go down that road. My sister at 68 has just been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. I don't want to go down that road. So that's another reason why I practice intermittent fasting. I'm on a low carb diet and I decrease the sugar in my diet because of that, because of my genetics. So it's really not for all vanity reasons. So anyway, I thank you for your time. Maybe you learned something. I'll stick a couple cards in there and see you in the next video.